redshirt sophomore, outside hitter, number 4, Tatum Upchurch. Sophomore middle blocker, number 6, Emily Moorhead. Junior right side, number 9, Micah Shanglin. Sophomore outside hitter, number 11, Laura Weber. Junior middle blocker, number 12, Kim Wong. Captain and sophomore center, number 17, Kate Whiting. And the libero is a freshman, number 10, McKenna Overby. And now, ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet and make some noise. Everybody up. Here's the starting lineup for your Seattle Pacific University Falcons. The head coach of the Falcons is Abby Wright. Her assistant is Corinne Wild. Here's the starters. Junior outside hitter, number 3, Gabby Odo. Captain and senior center, number 7, Simone Tran. Freshman outside hitter, number 11, Aaron Gould. Senior middle blocker, number 12, Sean Crispy. Junior middle blocker, number 14, Nicole Chana. And junior outside hitter, defensive specialist, number 18, Melly Donahoe. With your liberos, senior number 4, Amanda Ganetti. The Falcons and the Nanooks. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. We have a sound issue. Let's do the pledge of the flag since we're not able to get this up and going. I pledge allegiance.
Good evening and welcome to the Royal Brome Pavilion in Seattle, Washington, where we have a GNAC volleyball matchup between the Seattle Pacific University Falcons and the Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks. Hello everybody, my name is Max Gunn, delighted to bring you all of the action tonight. First serve, just a second or two away. Seattle Pacific comes in with a 7-8 record, 5-3 in GNAC conference play, while the Nanooks are 5-10. and 3-5 in GNAC conference play. Here's the starting lineup for the SPU Falcons. Outside hitter Gabby Odo will start. Setter Simone Tran will start as well. Another outside hitter, Aaron Gould, will get this start for Abby Wright's Falcons. Sean Crespi in the middle, along with Nicole Chabanov. And Mally Donahoe, another outside hitter. The libero for the Falcons is Amanda Ganetti. Tatum Upchurch will start at outside hitter for the Nanooks. Joined in the middle by Emily Moorhead. Mika Shinglin will also start. Outside hitter Laura Weber. In the middle is Kim Wong. The setter is Kate Whiting. And the libero is McKenna Overby. We are all set to go from Royal Brome Pavilion. The Falcons looking to turn things around back on their home floor after they lost 2 straight matches on the road last week against Central Washington.
Falcons volleyball time.
But they're back here where they have a 5-1 record at home. Donahoe will serve things off, and we are underway at 7:03 p.m. Pacific time. Donahoe digs that one out. Tran sets it up. There's Odo, who gets the first point of the day for Seattle Pacific. Gabby Odo, who is the leader in kills for SPU coming into today with 176, gets on the board here early, and it's 1-0 Falcons. Donahoe to serve it again. Off it goes. There's Kim Wong, who will pick up a kill for the Nanooks, and we are even at 1 point apiece. I mentioned the Falcons lost their last game against Central Washington. They were down 2-0 in that match before they won the 3rd game. And they actually were up by 2 points in the 4th game, 20-18, but Central rallied and ended up winning that decisive game. There's Sean Crespi, she's denied. That one's batted around, and the point will go to SPU. Simone Tran and Sean Crespi combining on that block. Amanda Ganetti will serve. Nice dig there by Donahoe. Odo
That goes out of bounds. Last touch by Alaska Fairbanks.
will pick up the point. Out of bounds on the Fairbanks Nanooks. 3-1 Seattle Pacific. Ganetti to serve again. Soft serve this time. And that point will go to the Nanooks. That was number 11, Laura Weber, the big outside hitter for Fairbanks. Weber is the leading point scorer and leads the Nanooks in kills with 181. So now Fairbanks will serve. There's Chabanov in front, but it's dug out of there. Marky Miller on the return, and she is going to pick up a point. Went right off the hands of Erin Gould, the 5'10" freshman from Kent, Washington, just down the road. So we're all even at 3 apiece, but there is a service error. And SPU will get the serve back as well as a point. And they are up 4-3. Gabby Odo on the floor still for Seattle Pacific. Has 4 straight double-doubles. She had 19 kills, 10 digs against Central in the last match, and that's a nice kill right there from Laura Weber. That is her first of the day and evens up this first game at 4-4. Just underway from Royal Brome Pavilion in Seattle, Washington. Max Gunn with you on the broadcast tonight. Great to have you with me. Some GNAC volleyball action on this Thursday. Ganetti digs it out. Tran setting up, and that is the newcomer, Haley Gaines, who is denied. Ball still alive, and now it's down. Point for the Nanooks. That's Emily Moorhead on the kill, the Alaska native sophomore. And Alaska Fairbanks takes their first lead of the day. It's 5-4. Weber back to serve. Away it goes. Dug out of there by Odo. Tran setting up. And that's Chabanov in the middle who gets it to fall. Nicole Chabanov evens this first game up at 5-5. And now Gabby Odo to serve for Seattle Pacific. And Odo serving usually means good news. She leads the Falcons team with 21 aces. At that point, we'll go to the Nanooks. Kim Wong, middle blocker, checks back in. There's Gaines. It was blocked and down. There's Kim Wong right on cue, inserted right back into that lineup by head coach Brian Scott. Pushing the right buttons here early. I beg your pardon, that one went out of bounds, and the point goes to the Falcons. Maddie Batiste back to serve. Nice block there by Sean Crespi. Right in front, Kim Wong denied by Crespi again. Here's Marky Miller with a return. Nice dig by Simone Tran. Gaines, blocked by Wong. Good volley here. Hooker can't get it to go. And that one goes out of bounds off of a Falcon. That was Tatum Upchurch in the middle of everything. She'll pick up the point, and it's 7-6, Alaska Fairbanks. So some good back and forth action here early in the first game. Hooker trying to get it down, and she does. Jaden Hooker on the kill from the left side, evens this one up at 7-7. Hooker, the junior out of Phoenix, Arizona, communication major, able to knot this one up. So now Gaines will serve it off. She has been so big for SPU coming over on the transfer. There's Tran setting up Crespi, and that one will stay in. And Sean Crespi from the middle gets it to go, and the Falcons take the lead once again. It's 8-7. Gaines the transfer from Concordia Irvine. Had a career high 16 kills in that last match against Central Washington. Here's Kim Wong trying to get one to fall, but it goes out of bounds. And the point goes to SPU. They're up 9-7.
Number 11, Aaron Gould coming on board.
The Falcons lost to Northwest Nazarene before that match against Central, so they've lost 2 straight after they had won 5 in a row. Meanwhile, the Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks are coming off of a great week at their home floor, the Alaska Airlines Arena. Here's Kim Wong, and that one will stay alive. Really nice job by Gannetti there. Wong will try again, blocked by Crespi, but it goes out of bounds, and then Nanooks will pick up the point to bring them to within 1. It's 9-8. But Fairbanks were able to pick up those 2 key wins at home against Western Oregon and Concordia. It was the first time in 14 years that they had swept back-to-back opponents at home. That's a service error on the Nanooks, and now it's 10-8. SPU out in front here in game 1. So they beat Western Oregon and Concordia 3-0. Again, the first time since October of 2004 that they posted back-to-back sweeps in the GNAC Conference at home. Tran setting up, Crespi blocked, but Donahoe keeps it alive. Crespi by the scorer's table, got it back over, but the point is down for the Nanooks. Falcons still ahead 10-9, but now we're even at 10-10. So those 2 sweeps at home for the Nanooks earned them GNAC Team of the Week. That was the first time they received that honor since 2015. Odo digs it out. Tran setting up Odo on the return. Now Odo will try again. Blocked again. Odo, 3rd time's the charm. She gets it to fall. And that gives the Falcons an 11-10 lead in game 1.
Serving number 4, Amanda Gannetti.
That's the 3rd kill of the night for Gabby Odo. And that one's down for the Falcons. Odo with Nicole Chabanov combining for the block there to put the Falcons up 12-10. Gannetti back to serve, away it goes. Here's Laura Weber, but it's blocked by Simone Tran. And the Falcons have their biggest lead of the day. It's 13-10. A 3-point lead for SPU, feeling it now at home. That one nearly into no man's land, but a really nice job by Gould to get down there and get it. Now Gannetti doing the same thing. Tran with a shovel, and it falls. 14-10. Falcons, and Brian Scott wants to take a timeout. Largest lead of the day for SPU. They're up 14-10 here in set number 1. Timeout on the floor. We will be right back. You're listening to SPU Falcons Volleyball.
A hot dog, chips, and a drink for a discounted price.
back here at the Royal Brome Pavilion in Seattle, Washington. Max Gunn with you this evening on the broadcast. The Falcons have a 14-10 lead. Fairbanks called a timeout, trying to regroup. Falcons trying to keep the foot on the gas pedal. Laura Weber hits it out of bounds, and the point goes to SPU. So far, a little over midway through this first set here. Gabby Odo leading all players in kills so far. She has 3, while a trio of Nanooks each have 2. That's Emily Moorhead, Laura Weber, and Kim Wong. That one's blocked, but it goes out of bounds off of Donahoe. And the Nanooks are back on the board as Marky Miller checks into the contest. It's 15-11. That was Kate Whiting with the serve. Keeps it alive. Has to get it over, and she does. Tran setting up Odo. And a nice return there by Upchurch. Good volley here, second longest of the day, and that one goes off the net and out of bounds off the hands of Chabanov. And it's back-to-back points for Alaska Fairbanks. Now it's 15-12. Odo with a soft toss. Nearly got down, but kept alive by the Nanooks. Now Tran setting up Odo again. Hit it hard. Whistle blows. What do we have here? That's going to be a net violation and a point for the Falcons. Simone Tran, the setter, back to serve for SPU. 16-12. Here's Marky Miller, fires, and that's out of bounds. Point to the Falcons. Marky Miller, who is 4th on Fairbanks in kills. Just got too much on that one. She gets it over there, but wasn't her strongest toss over. Used 2 hands, and now the Falcons will get another point. Haley Gaines gets it down, and it's the largest lead for the Falcons. 18-12 here in set number 1. Nice dig by Gannetti. Chabanov's denied. Put over and down. That's Haley Gaines with 2 hands. Back-to-back points for the transfer, and it's 19-12. SPU out in front, and Fairbanks wants another timeout. Their second of this first set, a 7-point lead for the SPU Falcons. In other SPU sports news, the Falcons men's soccer team is playing right now at Interbay Stadium against the University of Mary, who came all the way from Bismarck, North Dakota. We'll update you with a final score as soon as we have it. Last Saturday, sophomore Titus Grant scored a goal, and redshirt freshman keeper Lars Helleriner in the shutout as the SPU Falcons were able to pick up a 1-0 road win at St. Martin's. SPU hosts number 1 ranked Simon Fraser at 7 p.m. Both teams back onto the floor now. 19-12 Falcons trying to take a 1-0 lead over the Nanooks. Simone Tran serves it off. And that one is down for a point.
That is a kill, and it goes as a point for the Nanooks.
Laura Weber gets it to fall. And now it's 19-13, and Weber will go back and serve. Weber hails from Berlin, Germany. There's the point goes to Fairbanks as Weber is able to get a service ace. That's her 14th service ace of the year. Falcons now trying to get a point back. Chabanov in the middle. It won't fall. Now Tran Setting up Gaines. And the point goes to SPU.
Returning to your Falcons lineup, number 9, Jaden Hooker. Serving, number 3,
Laura Weber.
Amanda.
House from Berlin, Germany. The leading player in kills for the Nanooks. She was a 3-time Berlin City champion there.
Last touch by the Falcons.
As the Falcons touched it last out of bounds, giving the point and the serve back to the Nanooks. Weber played in all 29 matches last year as a freshman and had a really good game
Fairbanks point.
against the Falcons last year. She led the way with 18 kills. So 20-16, 2-0 run for the Nanooks. Here's Hooker. Won't fall. Dug out by Ganetti. Tran setting up Gaines. A soft toss into no man's land, and it goes down.
Haley Gaines finishing off for the Falcons.
Haley Gaines
In for SPU, number 12, Sean
gives the Falcons a 21-16 lead here in the first set. Gaines now with 5 kills to lead the Falcons. Back to serve is Batiste. And Kim Wong just whiffed at it.
right there. The Falcons.
She mistimed her jump and just completely airmailed the volleyball. And that gives the point to SPU, 22-16 now. 3 points away from taking this first set. Batiste to serve again. There's Marky Miller. A lot of velocity behind that one. She muscles it in there to get the Nanooks back to within 5 at 22-17.
Number 9, Micah Chandler.
These two teams
For the Falcons,
matched up twice last year in GNAC conference play.
and the Nanooks will serve.
They each went 1-1. The road teams won each of the 2 games last year. There's a net violation called, and the point goes to the Falcons.
Against Alaska Fairbanks. Point for the Falcons.
So the Nanooks won here last year at the Royal Brome Pavilion, and then later on in the season, the Falcons returned the favor at Alaska Airlines Arena. Falcons serve it away, and that's a service error on Aaron Gould, the freshman.
For Alaska Fairbanks.
And now it's 23-18. Falcons still out in front. Upchurch to serve for the Nanooks. Both matches last year won 5 sets, by the way, between these two teams. There's Crespi, a hot shot. Denied, and that one is in. Just barely in. It's a 5-point spread again. Upchurch sends it off. Dug out by Odo. Tran setting up. Hooker. And it goes. Jaden Hooker
Point for the Falcons.
fires it home, and it's game point now.
For set number 1, everybody up. Everybody up. Set number 1 on the line. Here we go.
Donahoe gets it off. This is going to be tough. The Nooks need to get it over. They cannot do so. And the SPU Falcons take set number 1 tonight, 25-19.
Switch sides, and then we will have
What a job by the Falcons, responding very well on their home floor, where they're 5-1 this year, coming off back-to-back losses. They are able to pick up the first set here against the Nanooks, 25-19. We'll take a quick break. Be back from the pavilion here in just a couple of minutes. It's a 1-0 lead for the Falcons. You're listening to SPU Falcons Volleyball. Welcome back to the Royal Brome Pavilion in Seattle, Washington. Max Goodwin with you on the broadcast tonight for this GNAC volleyball matchup between the SPU Falcons and the Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks. The Falcons able to take set number one by a score of 25-19. Haley Gaines, the transfer, leads all players with kills so far. She has 5. Gabby Odo right behind her with 4. In third for the Falcons in kills, how about the setter, Simone Tran, who has 2. Laura Weber leading the way for the Nanooks. She has 3. Here's Hooker getting it over with the left hand, but dug out of there. Now there's Weber, but it's too strong, and the point goes to the Falcons.
In for SPU, number 18,
Laura Weber, who misfired there, is 4th in the GNAC with a 3.42 kills per set average. 1-0 Falcons, and now it's 1-1 as a service ace, or service error rather, is committed by Mally Donahoe to even it up at 1-1. So now back to serve for the Nanooks is McKenna Overby. Whistle blows. There was a loose ball. So we'll replay that point. There was a youngster holding a volleyball in the first row of bleacher seating here at Royal Brome Pavilion, and she lost the handle on it and made its way onto the court. So the ref alertly stopping play. Sean Crespi a little bit too strong there, going for a heavy kill, and that gives Fairbanks their first lead here in set number 2. It's 2-1. Sean Crespi has been so good in the middle for the SPU Falcons. She suffered an injury last year, missed about the first half of play. There's a service ace for Overby to make it 3-1 to Nooks. But Crespi came back in the second half of last year. Performed very well, started 16 of the last 18 matches. And despite missing all that time in the first half, Crespi still finished 3rd on the team in blocks. As the Falcons get a point back thanks to Gabby Odo. Look at a 1-point spread at 3-2. But now that Crespi is healthy, she's played in every possible match and set this year. No surprise that she is leading the Falcons in blocks. There's Chabanov up front. Won't fall, and that goes the way of the Nanooks. A couple of white shirts there, but nobody could come up with it. And in addition to leading the team, Crespi is top 3 in the GNAC in blocks. Checking in at number 3 with 1.27 blocks per set. Falcons get a point back there after it went off the hands of Marky Miller out of bounds. And Simone Tran will serve it up. 4-3, Alaska Fairbanks. In this second set, there's Weber, who connects. Rattled around a couple of times by SPU, but unable to get it over. And it's 5-3. Weber, so impressive, led this Nanooks team in kills as a true freshman. Doing the same again here as a sophomore. Falcons get a point back after it goes out of bounds, and now SPU will look to even things up with Gabby Odo back to serve. She's picked up 20-plus aces on the year. Won't get one there. It's dug out by Overby. Marky Miller taps it over and is able to convert. The Falcons were gearing up for that big, heavy hit that we're used to seeing from Marky Miller. She really winds up and gets a lot of steam behind it. By that time, she just soft-tossed it, and it looked like it caught the Falcons a bit off guard. Here's Miller again. There's that heavy hit. And she's able to get it done on back-to-back points a couple of different ways. That soft toss and then the big hit. And it's the largest lead for the Nanooks here in set number 2. They're up 7-4. A 1-set-to-none lead for the Falcons, who took the first one, 25-19. Chabanov keeps it alive. Now Hooker will try and pick up a point, but She is unable to do so. It just does barely go out of bounds, and it's now 8-4 Nanooks. And now the three officials are going to get together. Perhaps that may have been in. Or they're saying it was deflected. Yes, they're saying it was deflected.
That goes as a Falcons point.
And that will give SPU the point and the serve back. So just a 2-point margin. That was a big swing there. A 2-point swing. There's Gaines. Whistle blows.
That's a Falcons point.
And the Falcons get the point. And now Maddie Batiste back to serve for the tie. Haley Gaines, that was her 7th kill on the night to lead all players. Falcons down by 1. There's Miller. Odo able to dig it, but it deflects over by the Falcons bench and goes out of bounds. To put the Nanooks back up by 2. Mika Shanglin out of China. Serves it up with the left hand. Nearly picked up an ace, but Gennady able to go down and get it. That is going to be a kill for number 4 on the Nanooks. That's Tatum Upchurch, who picks up her 4th kill of the match. 3-point lead here in set number 2 for the Nanooks. From 9-6. Hooker. Too strong. And Hooker's had such a good year. Really stepped up as Gaines hits that one into the net. To give the Nanooks an 11-6 lead here in the second set, and high fives all around from head coach Brian Scott. Keep it right here during this break, talking about Jaden Hooker. She played in just 9 matches last year for the Falcons as a freshman, but so far this year in her sophomore campaign, she's played in every single match, has the 3rd most kills on the team, and she's trying to fill the holes left by the seniors on last year's squad. Colleen Hannigan and Hannah Lautenbach, who picked up a whole lot of kills for the Falcons last year. So Hooker taking on a much larger role and has been very good at doing that. A healthy Sean Crespi has also certainly helped guide the Falcons so far this year. SPU looking to climb back to 500 though. 1 game below at 7-8 coming into this match tonight. And a victory tonight would guarantee a winning record through the first half of the conference calendar. It's been a couple years since the Falcons did that. Right on cue, there's Jaden Hooker, who gets a point back for the Falcons as she slams it home to bring her club back to within 4. It's 7-11. The last time that this Falcons squad finished with a 500 record through the first half of the GNAC conference schedule was in 2013. When they were 5-4. Double hit call down the Nanooks, so the Falcons back to within 3. 11-8 the score here in set number 2. It's a 1-0 lead for the SPU Falcons. Nearly an ace picked up there. A lot of hands on it in the middle, and they'll give the Nanooks the point. 12-8 in the Nooks. Served away by Upchurch. Tran, who's she setting up? It's Odo. But Upchurch with a really nice dig. Now she'll go for the kill, but hits it off the net. And the Falcons get one back. To within 3 points, Mally Donahoe checking back in for SPU, and she will go back and serve it up. Falcons trying to keep it alive, but too many touches, couldn't get it over. And it's 13-9 Fairbanks. So Overby serves it away. Odo with a soft toss. And now there's Crespi picking up the rebound, cleaning up the mess and popping it in. It was a really nice dig by Mika Shanglin to keep it from hitting the hardwood. There's Weber. Tapped around, that'll be a double hit. And the point goes to SPU. So back to within 2 now, 13-11. Falcons trying to come back in this second set to take a 2-0 lead heading into the break. Really nice dig by Donahoe. Here's Odo. That stays in bounds. And Gabby Odo gets it to fall. Just a 1-point margin now, 13-12. It's Odo's 7th kill of the night. Ties her with Haley Gaines for the most on the Falcons. And we have a loose volleyball again. That same youngster right at midcourt, out of bounds in that first throw. Lost the handle on one for the second time.
Replay.
So we'll replay that point. Amanda Gennady commits a service error. 14-12, and the Nooks lead in set number 2. Amanda Gennady moving up the ranks on the SPU all-time digs list. She is now number 4. She achieved that on the road. Another point for the Nanooks. They now lead it 15-12. Gennady has double-digit digs in all but one match this year. Falcons couldn't get that one back over. So back-to-back points for Fairbanks. They have a 16-12 lead. As the serve gets off, Falcons need a point and they'll get one. Nicole Chabanov in the middle. Hammers it home on the nice set by Simone Tran. So Falcons down by 3, 16-13. Here's Weber. Nice job to stop at Odo and Chabanov there. Now the whistle blows. And a net violation is called. That gives the point to the Falcons. So a 2-0 run now for Seattle Pacific. 16-14. Tran sends it away. Dug out of there by Upchurch. Weber. Ricocheted around the front. Falcons need to get it over. Odo does, and she picks up the kill. Gabby Odo give her 8 on the night. And the Falcons down by just a single point. Gabby Odo set a sophomore record for the Falcons last year as Marky Miller's denied. Chabanov blocks it in front, and we're all tied up at 16. Odo had 396 kills last year. Again, the most by a sophomore Falcon ever, and Brian Scott has called a timeout for his Nanooks. A 3-0 spurt for SPU, 16-16. Falcons looking to take a 2-set-to-none lead. We'll be right back. You're listening to SPU Falcons Volleyball.
We are tied at 16.
Out of the timeout, we are all even, 16-16. Here in set number 2, Falcons have the hot hand, looking to keep it going. Simone Tran will serve it away. It was the Nanooks getting off to a hot start here in the second set. But the Falcons have come back, but now the Nanooks will take the lead again. As it went out of bounds off of Seattle Pacific, 17-16, Fairbanks in front. Weber serves it away. Dug out by Ganetti, but it hit the floor before Simone Tran could get to it. And it's a quick 2-0 spurt out of the timeout for Brian Scott's squad. 18-16. Tran has to range wide to get that. She does. Gaines gets it over, and she's going to pick up a point. Really nice job. Really good range by Simone Tran to go over near the scorer's table to set up Gaines. Now Gabby Odo will serve to even this set once again. Marky Miller. Really nice dig there by Ganetti. Shabanov had it blocked in front. Alaska Fairbanks takes a 19-17 lead. Kim Wong back into this one for the Nanooks. Serving it away is Emily Moorhead. Tran showing good range again, setting up Gaines, but it's dug out by Moorhead. Whistle blows, and the point will go to SPU. Double hit called on Alaska. So now it's 19-18. Falcons will try and tie it up again. A lot of back and forth action after the Nanooks got off to that hot start. Sent away by Batiste. There's Miller, soft toss. Nice dig by Batiste coming back from the serve spot. Now Weber will dig it out for the Nanooks. That one's blocked in front. Crespi and Gaines combining for that one. Now here's Hooker. Boy, what a dig that time by Overby. And that one stays in. Nice long volley there. But Alaska Fairbanks takes a 2-point lead. Shanglin back to serve. 20-18. The Nooks have the lead. And the whistle blows, and the point is given to Fairbanks. Too many hits, and now Abby Wright wants to call a timeout. It's back to a 3-point spread. Fairbanks up 21-18, trying to even up. This set's at 1-1 heading into the break. We'll step aside. We'll be right back from the Royal Brome Pavilion. Coach Abby Wright trying to rally her troops to come back in this second set. SPU has a 1-0 lead, but down by 3. It's 21-18, Nanooks. And the Falcons do get a point back. Out of that timeout, Sean Crespi, right in the middle of everything. She's the tallest Falcon at 6'2", and the senior from Camarillo, California. Makes it a 21-19 contest. Serving it away is Gould. That one goes over the net and down. Tough luck there for Jaden Hooker, as Tatum Upchurch picks up her 5th kill of the night. (22-19) Fairbanks. Upchurch sends it off, and it's an error. Right into the net it goes. And the Falcons within 2. Melly Donahoe will serve it away. Off it goes. Shanglin digs it. Need to get it over, and they do. Crespi. A lot of traffic out in front. She'll try again. That's a double hit. And Sean Crespi makes it a 1-point game. 22-21. How about this second set? And Brian Scott wants a timeout. We'll keep it here during the timeout as Brian Scott talks things over with his club. Brian Scott's team has 4 total blocks so far today, and he's been wanting to see more blocks out of his team. He was labeled as a blocking guru during his previous 2 stops at Utah State as well as Weber State, where he was an assistant for several years prior to becoming the lead man in charge with the Nanooks. And while he was at Weber State, his players broke school records in kills, digs, assists, and blocks. And that's when he was labeled as a blocking expert. And Alaska Fairbanks currently 8th in the GNAC out of 11 teams in blocking. So like I said, he's been wanting to see more of that, but his team did a really good job in blocking against Western Oregon and Concordia when they picked up back-to-back match wins. So Donahoe out of the timeout will serve it up for SPU. Down by just a point, 22-21. Donahoe leans that right hand into it and gets it off. Here's Kim Wong. Gould is denied. Laura Weber. Nice dig by Donahoe. Good volley here. Weber again. Ricocheted off of Crespi in front. Now there's Odo, and she picks it up. Gabby Odo finishes off that long volley, and we are all tied up 22-22 in set number 2. That was kill number 9 for Gabby Odo. Falcons looking for the lead. A Let's Go Falcons chant, but Donahoe commits a service error. And Alaska back in front, 23-22. There's Odo again. Dug out by Upchurch. Weber will pick up the kill for the Nanooks. And it's game point now for Alaska Fairbanks. So Falcons down by 2, 24-22. But the Falcons are making a late run. Game point denied as Sean Crespi gets it down onto the hardwood floor. And the Falcons down by just 1.
some noise, Falcons fans.
Weber, that one stays in bounds. And the Nanooks pick up the second set. So we are going to head into the intermission with this match tied at 1 set apiece. That was one heck of a second set here at the Royal Brome Pavilion. The Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks got off to that really good start, up by 4 points at one point. The Falcons clawed back, evened it up, and then it was back and forth the rest of the way. But the Nanooks prevail. They win it by 2 points, 25-23. We are all tied up at 1-1. We will take a break for intermission here from the Royal Brome Pavilion. We will be back for set number 3. You're listening to GNAC Volleyball. Good evening and welcome back to the Royal Brome Pavilion here in Seattle. Well, we have a really good match brewing between the SPU Falcons and the Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks. Max Gunn, delighted to have you along on the broadcast tonight. It is 1-1 following the intermission, heading into set number 3. Gabby Odo leading all players with 9 kills so far on the night. Laura Weber leading things in the kill department for the Nanooks. She has 7. Mentioned earlier on in the broadcast that both of these teams, when they matched up twice last year, both matches went 5 sets. So we'll see which way this one shakes. Tied up at 1, Falcons will serve it away first. Simone Tran, the setter, is back there. And away we go in set number 3. There's Weber, gets it down for a point. So the Nanooks come out firing in the 3rd set. They take a 1-0 lead. The Falcons trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. The Nanooks have won 2 matches in a row. Odo's all set up. Whistle blows. And that is a net violation on Alaska Fairbanks. So that evens things up at 1-1. Odo with the serve. And Odo gets the point. Gabby Odo. Look like 2 or 3 different Nanooks were about to go after it and then just pulled up. Miscommunication gives the Falcons the lead. But now the Nanooks return the favors. Number 17, Kate Whiting, the setter, catches the Falcons off guard to even this set up at 2-2. There's Gaines. Nice dig by Whiting. Now Marky Miller with a heavy hit, but saved by Odo. Miller again, softer toss. Gabby Odo getting on the ground to save that one. Weber blocked in front. And the whistle blows. And another net violation against the Nanooks. That's Gabby Stegmoller into the match, the sophomore out of West Lynn, Oregon. And she checks out. Batiste in, she will serve. Miller. That one is out of bounds. And the Falcons pick up the point and a 4-2 lead. Batiste commits a service error to bring the Nanooks back to within 1. Marky Miller, been calling her name a lot tonight. She went to Brewster High School, which is about 3.5-ish hours away from the Seattle area. So service ace is picked up there by number 10, McKenna Overbay, and we are all tied up at 4 in set number 3. Miller transferred into Fairbanks from the University of Sioux Falls. And the Nanooks take a 5-4 lead there. Miller played one of the best games of her career as the Nanooks get another point. Again, Sean Crespi there in the middle. But Marky Miller last year had 21 kills against Seattle Pacific in this building. There's an ace. Odo tried to get it over, could not. Laura Weber picks up the ace. And then the Nooks have a 3-point lead, 7-4. Looking for an answer, but it's hit right into the net by Haley Gaines. Largest lead of the third set. It's 8-4 for Alaska Fairbanks. Weber to serve again. Tran setting up Hooker, and she gets the Falcons back into the point column.
Point for the Falcons. In for SPU, number 11, Aaron Gould.
Aaron Gould, the freshman, back into the lineup. Trying to serve the Falcons to a couple of consecutive points. She'll get one. That one was fired out of bounds. Off the hand of Emily Moorhead. So the Falcons to within 2. 8-6 the score in set number 3. We're all tied up, 1 set apiece. And there's an ace picked up by Gould. So she's doing just that. 3 straight points for the Falcons. Down just by 1. Blocked in front, point for the Falcons. Simone Tran and Sean Crespi combining to frustrate the Nanooks, 8-8. What a run by SPU in the third set. Gould serves it away. Crespi, that stays in. Sean Crespi just getting it in on the far right side. The official right on top of it, threw up that flag. And the Falcons have a 9-8 lead. Gould has that hot hand serving. There's Miller. Evens it up at 9-9.
Serving for the Nanooks, number 6, Emily Moorhead. Also into the lineup, number 12, Kim Wong.
Kim Wong comes back into the match. In the middle there, number 12 for the Nanooks. Miller's all set up, blocked, but she keeps it alive, does Miller, off the ricochet from Wong. Now Crespi hammers it home. Sean Crespi with her 6th kill of the night. Gives the Falcons a 10-9 lead. So now Mally Donahoe will serve it. Wong denied, and the point goes to the Nanooks. All tied up at 10. Kim Wong in the middle there leads the Nanooks in blocks. 3rd on Alaska Fairbanks in kills. Had a hitting percentage last year of over 30.5%. And Sean Crespi gets another one to fall for her 7th kill to give the Falcons an 11-10 lead. But Kim Wong's 30.6 hitting percentage, or .306 I should say, last year was the best by a Nanook sophomore in the history of their program. Very possible that she has some friends and family in attendance here today. She's from Spokane, which of course is on the other side of the state. But a much closer trip from Fairbanks. That's a really nice job there by number 17, Kate Whiting, the setter. That's the 2nd time she's done that tonight. Looked like she's about to set somebody up and then shuffles it over for the kill. We've seen Simone Tran do that time and time again in her career for the Falcons. Looks like the official is talking things over with Whiting. They gave that point to SPU. So it looked like a nice play, but she committed a violation. 13-10 Falcons. Upchurch. Nice dig by Donahoe. Tran setting up Odo. Very nearly picked up the point there, but it was kept alive by the Nanooks. Stegmoller can't get it to fall. Tran. That's exactly what I was just talking about, shoveling it over. But the point will go to Alaska Fairbanks. Really good rally by both sides there, but it was Upchurch.
Serving for Alaska Fairbanks, number 4, Tina Upchurch.
Who will now go back to serve, picking up the last point there. Falcons up by 2, 13-11, and that's an error. Too strong that time by Upchurch, and the Falcons take a 14-11 lead. 1-1 is our score so far in terms of sets won. It's 14-11 Falcons in set number 3. That one goes out of bounds, and the Falcons take their largest lead of this third set. Looks like they're going to look at that last one on the replay monitor. It was very, very close towards that end line. One of the officials going over to the scores table now.
Coach for Fairbanks is challenging that there's a touch on the ball.
I beg your pardon, they're challenging Brian Scott and his club. Challenging that it was deflected by one of the Falcons on its way out. So as the score stands right now, it's 14-11 in set number 3. As the official continues to look things over. No matter what happens in this match for SPU, they will be right back on the volleyball court on Saturday afternoon against Alaska Anchorage. First serve against the Seawolves is at 2 p.m. right here in the Brome Pavilion. Still looking at that last point. We'll see which way it falls. The women's soccer team is also playing right now for the Falcons. They are in Bellingham facing the Western Washington Vikings. SPU is coming off a 2-1 win against Northwest Nazarene last Saturday. Sophomores Claire Nader and Sophia Chilzuk scored the goals. On Saturday, the Falcons play at Montana State Billings with a kickoff time of 11:30 p.m. For all the latest news on Seattle Pacific Athletics, it's just a click away. You can visit www.spufalcons.com. Get all the Falcon sports news that you can't get anywhere else on the day it happens. Again, www.spufalcons.com. So after the review, the point stays with the Falcons. And Seattle Pacific takes a 15-11 lead in set number 3. Tran sends it away. Weber with the left hand. She's a righty, pretty impressive, but Tran digs it out. Odo going for the kill, and she picks it up. Number 12 for Gabby Odo. Are they going to take another look at that one? They are.
Review on the possibility of a net violation.
So they're reviewing for a possible net violation on Odo, who went up to slam that one. So on back-to-back rallies, we're seeing another review. Odo's so good with all those kills. 6th in the GNAC in that department. Meanwhile, the Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks are playing a heck of a match here on the road so far. They did not fare very well on the road last year, going just 3-8, but one of those 3 wins were here at the Brome Pavilion. These two teams going at each other seem to be pretty evenly matched, 1-1 through the first 2 sets. The Falcons with a 16-11 lead so far here in set 3, and after the review, the point will stay with the Falcons. So that challenge is not won by Brian Scott, who's talking things over with the officials. Still unhappy about that call, but Gabby Odo does get kill number 12 on the night, and the Falcons up by 5 with the serve. Tran sends it away. Wong connects.
Gabe Colosimo with the catch. And a point for Alaska Fairbanks. Nice job, John Stockton.
So now 16-12, make it 16-13 as Gaines hit one right into the net. Stegmuller back in the middle for the Falcons. Tran will set up Odo, looking for number 13, won't get it. Weber will get the kill on the other side for the Nanooks. 2 straight points for the Nanooks, and Abby Wright calls a timeout for SPU. Falcons still up by 2 here in set number 3, 16-14. We'll be right back. Out of the timeout, Alaska Fairbanks will have the serve. McKenna Overby will serve it away. 16-14, Seattle Pacific here in the 3rd set. Sets are even at 1-1, and it's a 3-0 run now for the Nanooks. Now 16-15.
Overby serving.
Overby serves again. Dual dig there from Odo as well as Donahoe, but it's another point for Alaska Fairbanks, and it is 16-16. 4-0 run for Brian Scott's club. Make it 5. What a big hit there from number 6, Emily Moorhead. The 5'11" sophomore puts Fairbanks in front 17-16. That was Gaines, unable to get it to go, setting up Weber, blocked, and a point for the Falcons. Haley Gaines and Gabby Stegmuller combining to get the point and serve back for Seattle Pacific. 17-17 in set number 3. Moorhead tried to tap it, wouldn't fall. Now there's Weber who whiffed, and the point goes to SPU. Odo serves it up. Now ready to attack on the outside. Gets it over to Tran, setting up Gaines. Really nice dig there by Mika Shanglin. Now here's Hooker's turn. And that won't go, and the point goes to the Nanooks. 18-18 here in this third set as Marky Miller comes back in for Shanglin. Gaines gets it to fall with the left hand. Haley Gaines with her 9th kill of the night. And she's very close to having another double-digit kill day. She did not reach double-digit kills in any of the first 7 SPU matches, but she has now picked up 10 or more kills in 6 of her last 8 matches. Trying to make it 7 of 9. Maddie Batiste picks up a service ace to put the Falcons up by 2, 20-18, and Brian Scott wants to take a quick timeout. 2-point lead for the Falcons, looking to take a 2-1 lead. We'll be right back.
SPU is serving.
Maddie Batiste, who just picked up that ace, will try and rally the Falcons again, up 20-18 in the third set. There's Laura Weber, who slams it in, just in bounds. And it's back to a 1-point spread. That was the 12th kill of the night for Weber. Once again, leading this Nanooks team. There's Hooker, locked in front, down for a point. That was Emily Moorhead again in the middle. Blocking it, evening up this third set at 20-20. Weber to serve. Dug out of there by Ganetti. There's Hooker. The Nooks need to get it over, and they do. Crespi, that one is out of bounds. And the Nanooks take a 21-20 lead in this third set. The sets are tied 1-1, but the Falcons will tie it up again here in the third, 21-21 on the service error from Weber.
Marky Miller back in for Alaska Fairbanks.
Aaron Gould will serve it up for Seattle Pacific, 21-21. Nice dig by Gould. And that's a violation on Gabby Odo to give Alaska Fairbanks a 22-21 lead.
So he came back in. The Nooks serving.
And there's an ace.
Point for the Nooks. Timeout, Falcons.
That ace picked up by Moorhead. They have a 2-point lead in this third set, 23-21, and the Falcons call a timeout. We will keep it right here at the Royal Brome Pavilion. Max Gunn with you this evening from Seattle, this GNAC volleyball matchup between the Nanooks and the Falcons. The Falcons historically have played some very good volleyball against Alaska Fairbanks. They lead the all-time series 38-13. But Alaska Fairbanks won the last match. Last October in this building. On October 21st to be exact. With a 5-setter. That was won by the Nanooks when Marky Miller had that terrific match with over 20 kills. So out of the timeout, Falcons down by 2. The serve stays with the Nanooks.
Alaska Fairbanks to serve.
Moorhead sends it away. Crespi gets it over. But it's dug out nicely by Whiting. Gould had to get it over. Kim Wong slams it in the middle. And it is set point now for Alaska Fairbanks, up 24-21. Away it goes. Wong whiffed at it. And the point goes to the Falcons to stay alive here in this third set. Allie Donahoe comes into the match for Jaden Hooker. 24-22, Falcons down by 2. Trying to avoid going down 2-1. We'll get a quick timeout called by Alaska Fairbanks. Brian Scott wants to make sure his team is on the same page, with it being at set point. Take a 60-second break. Be back from Royal Brome Pavilion in a moment. Set point for Alaska Fairbanks, up 24-22 in this third set.
SPU serving.
Allie Donahoe will serve for the Falcons. Away it goes. There's Marky Miller, who wins set number 3 for Alaska Fairbanks. They have won back-to-back sets and take a 2-1 lead. The Falcons took the first set 25-19, but Fairbanks won number 2 25-23 and number 3 25-22. Set number 4 coming up. Falcons looking to stay alive when we come back. You're watching GNAC Volleyball.
for set number 4. Alaska Fairbanks.
All set to go for the 4th set tonight. Alaska Fairbanks, after falling behind 1-0, has taken 2 straight, and they will serve it up to start us off. Crespi denied out in front. Kim Wong denied by Crespi, returning the favor. Kept alive by the Falcons. Simone Tran got it over, and that one goes in. Tapped with the left hand by Kate Whiting. The setter picks up a kill to give the Nanooks a 1-0 lead in the 4th set. Max Gunn with you from the Royal Brome Pavilion, as there's a service error committed by Tatum Upchurch. Even up the score at 1-1. Great to have you with me from Seattle, Washington tonight. Falcons looking to snap that 3-game losing skid as Kim Wong slams it home. That's her 8th kill of the evening. It's 2-1. The Nooks out in front. They played with a lot of fire each of the last 2 sets. Falcons trying to stay alive. And that goes into the net to give the Falcons the point and even it up at 2-2. Mentioned that last year in the 2 matches these 2 teams played against each other, they both went 5 sets. If the Falcons are going to win tonight, it will have to be another 5-gamer. That is a kill.
Serving is Kate Whiting.
And Kate Whiting will go to serve. And Marky Miller will come into the match, replacing Shinglin. Odo had it tapped around. Marky Miller, look out. Nice block by Stegmoller as well as Odo. Now Odo's going to try and kill it. Got it over. And that one's out of bounds, and the point goes to SPU.
Jaden Hooker returns for your Falcons. Gabby Odo serving. Ace for Gabby.
And there's a service ace for Gabby Odo. Picks up her 2nd ace of the day. 4th overall for the Falcons team. There's another one, back-to-back for Gabby Odo. And the Falcons on a run. It's now 5-3 in set number 4. Odo trying to make it 3 straight. She does. Falls right in front of Tatum Upchurch. The redshirt sophomore from Anchorage just sort of stood there and watched it fall. 3 straight aces for Gabby Odo. It's 6-3 Falcons, but now 6-4. As that one hits off the hands of Odo. And the point goes to the Nanooks. Fairbanks with the serve again. That's Laura Weber. That one goes out of bounds. Point to the Falcons. Addie Batiste, Sean Crespi. In for Amanda Gannetti and Gabby Stegmoller for the Falcons. Batiste sends it away. 7-4 SPU. Upchurch kept alive by Tran. Odo setting up Hooker. Now Crespi in front. It falls, but it's a net violation called before that slam home by Crespi on Alaska Fairbanks. So it's the largest lead of set number 4 for SPU. 8-4 is the score. Make it 9-4. What a slam by Haley Gaines. And Haley Gaines is now in the double-digit kill column with 10. So make it 7 of the last 9 matches that she's picked up at least 10 kills. Timeout called by the Nanooks. 9-4. It's been all Falcons here in set number 4 with their backs against the wall. We'll step aside for the timeout in Seattle. Out of the timeout, Falcons remain with this serve, up by 5 in the fourth set. Batiste gets it away. Marky Miller with a heavy shot, deflected, kept alive by Tran. Big hit there from Gaines. And now Gaines taps it in. Getting it done in a different way. Went with a big left-handed shot that didn't fall, but then out in front, she leaps over and gets it down with both hands. The 6-foot redshirt senior from Mission Viejo, California. Miller. Picks up a point for the Nanooks. Off one of the Falcons and out of bounds. It's 10-5. Gaines. Couldn't get that one, and it's back-to-back points for the Nanooks. Emily Moorhead will serve. Moorhead second on the team with blocks, has over 4 kills per match. And it's another point for the Nanooks. 10-7. Falcons still in front. Here's Crespi. Out of bounds. Make it 4 straight for Alaska Fairbanks and Abby Wright. Calls a timeout. It was 10-4 in set number 4. Now 10-8. We'll be right back from the Royal Brome Pavilion.
Nanooks serving.
Out of the timeout, the Nanooks will serve. Emily Moorhead sends it away. 4-0 run for Fairbanks. Gaines trying to put a stop to that, but it's dug out nicely by Whiting. Hooker needs to get it over. She does. And just staying in bounds, Marky Miller, but it's blocked down in front by Sean Crespi. And Crespi gets a point and the serve back for the Falcons, up by 3, 11-8.
On board for your Falcons, number 11, Erin Gould. Gould serving.
Erin Gould coming back in for Seattle Pacific. She will go back to serve. And she commits an error. And the Nanooks get a point. 11-9 now. There's Hooker, blocked by Wong, but it goes out of bounds, and Hooker with a big-time punch there. Too hot for Kim Wong to handle, and that gives the Falcons a 12-9 lead. Falcons need to win this one and then a 5th set to pick up the match win against Fairbanks. Nice dig there by Gannetti. 4th all-time on the Seattle Pacific leaderboards. In that dig department, Crespi tried to get it over but couldn't do it. And that makes it 12-10, and Nanooks back to within 2. Tatum Upchurch. The redshirt sophomore will serve it away. Odo picks up the point. Deflected and down. That is kill number 14 for Gabby Odo, who leads all players in that department tonight. That one's over and down. Another point for the Falcons. Gabby Stegmoller just back into the match, out in front, able to convert. 14-10 Falcons. Blocked again. Stegmoller with Simone Tran right by her side to her right. It's a 2-0 little spurt for SPU. They go up 15-10 in this fourth set. And Laura Weber able to convert. She gets her 13th kill of the night to lead the Nanooks, who are back to within 4, 15-11. Weber again denied by Stegmoller out in front. And Simone Tran leaps up and gets it down. Simone Tran again right next to Stegmoller. Stegmoller is 6'2", Tran just 5'8", but it's Tran leaping up to get a point for the Falcons, 16-11.
Simone Tran serving.
And now Tran, the setter, will go back and serve. Tran setting up Gaines. Good tap in front there by Moorhead. Weber kept alive. And that one goes out of bounds, off the hand of Emily Moorhead. But it was out on the Falcons, so that gives the Nanooks the point. 16-12, Falcons out in front. Kate Whiting to serve. Gaines with a heavy hit. No go. Setting up Weber. Nice job by Donahoe. And right out in front, it's Moorhead to slam it in there. A 2-0 run for the Nanooks. Down by just 3, 16-13 now. Odo, too strong. She was going for her 15th kill of the night, but too much steam behind it. 2-point spread now, 16-14. The Nanooks have a 2-1 lead. We're in number 4. Odo, that's in! Gabby Odo from the other side converts there. Better luck closer to the scores table. That is her 15th kill and puts the Falcons back up by 3, 17-14. Now Odo to serve. Miller with the dig. Stegmoller setting up Tran, who sets up Gaines. But a nice job on the ricochet by Whiting. There's Hooker. Good block out in front by Moorhead. And now Moorhead will get it over and down for a point. The Falcons, seems like this entire fourth set have had a 2 or 3 point lead. Unable to get much more breathing room. They will now, as it goes back to 3 points. 18-15 on the service error committed there. So Maddie Batiste back into the match. She will serve for the Falcons. And the Falcons will get the point. 19-15, able to get one right in front of the net. Moorhead couldn't get it over. Batiste sends it away. It's out of bounds. A service error. And again, the lead trimmed to 3. 19-16, Kim Wong comes back into the match.
Also back in the lineup is Zoe Keane, number 1.
Zoe Keane, number 1, coming in. Haven't called her name a bunch tonight. But she combines right there with Kim Wong on the right side to get a point down for the Nanooks to make it a 19-17 contest in the 4th set. Zoe Keane, a freshman from Anchorage, making her presence felt just into the match. That one's kicked around, and the point goes to the Falcons. Last touch by Alaska Fairbanks. They pick up their 20th point of the 4th set. They lead at 20-17. Gould serves it away for SPU. Miller gets it to go. Miller, all in a day's work, gets a point for the Nanooks and then comes out of the match. Back in Laura Weber. And that is a service error. To give a point back to the Falcons. That error was on Mika Shanglin, who is playing for the Nanooks in her first year as long as the night. Gennady setting up Odo, out of bounds. And it's 21-19, Falcons still ahead. But Shanglin played her first 2 years at Indian Hills Community College in Iowa before transferring here at the GNAC level to Alaska Fairbanks. She played on the China national junior team back in her native country. Falcons looking to extend it to 3, but they are unable to do so. Odo was denied at the net. Kim Wong is fired up after blocking that one, getting it down. It is a 1-point game in the 4th set. Falcons 21, Nanooks 20. Falcons need to win this one to stay alive. We'll step aside here in Seattle. Timeout on the floor. The Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks will serve out of the timeout, down by just a point. Upchurch serves it away, Odo. Sees it go right into the hands of Upchurch. Good volley here between these two teams. Odo will try again. Well, that one's dug out by Overbay, and the whistle blows, and the point will go to the Falcons. Error committed there by the Nanooks, and Amanda Gennady will go back to serve, and now a timeout called by Brian Scott and the Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks. We will keep it here during the timeout. And remind you that the Falcons are back on the volleyball court on Saturday afternoon against Alaska Anchorage. To round out the homestand here at the Brome Pavilion, first serve against the Seawolves will be at 2 p.m. Pacific time right here in Seattle. Let's take a look at some of the leaders in tonight's match. Gabby Odo leading everybody with 15 kills for the Falcons. Laura Weber has the most for Fairbanks. She has 13. For the setters in the assist department, Kate Whiting leading everybody for the Nanooks. She has 39. Simone Tran for the Falcons has 35. And then as far as the blocks, how about Simone Tran, the setter, leading the way with 6 for SPU. Sean Crespi also has 5. They've been side by side all night. Emily Moorhead has 4 to lead the Nanooks. Out of the timeout, Falcons and Amanda Gannetti will serve. Up by 2, 22-20, looking for 25 to force a 5th set here tonight. Weber blocked in front, down, and that is a point for the Nanooks. It was down, but it was out of bounds. 22-21 is the score in this 4th set. Odo able to connect. That is kill number 16 on the night for Odo. The Falcons back up by 2, 23